So today again we continue with the local government, right? In local government, we'll take up a revision of the previous day's work. When we talked about local government means local government, when does the local government get power? How can a local government work? Local government can work just because when they get power from the central government or the state government, right? Local government cannot work when the power or the authority is delegated to them through state or center. So for the delegation of authority, for giving the power to the lower level, is called decentralization. So we talked about decentralization, and then we talked about why do we need this decentralization. It is enough, no, when the central government has the power, central government is powerful, it's enough. So why do we need a decentralization? So we talked about those things, right? And next day I talked about the local government, why this local government came about, and what is the significance of this local government. How does it help out in the progress and development of a country, of our country especially. So we talked about its significance, right? And then we talked about two amendments in this chapter. The first one I took up to last day, that was 73rd amendment, and we will be talking later about the 74th amendment. So when I talked about 73rd amendment, I talked about its features, right? What is 73rd amendment? How does it work? In which schedule it is, and how many subjects it can make its laws on? How does it work? How the election takes place? Does the Election Commission of India, takes up the election, organize elections for the Sarpanch? No, it is an independent state election commission who does this job, right? And how do they get the income? They get the finance. They have a state finance commission who really does that, right? So I talked about that. So then we came towards the three-tier structure of Panchayati Raj. That is three-tier structure of Panchayati Raj in the sense under 73rd amendment. And then when we talked about Panchayati Raj, we said Panchayati Raj means Panchayati Raj has two blocks, that is the rural government, right? Rural local government and urban local government. So then we took up the rural government. Rural government means rural local government. We said that it is called as Gram, rural government, Panchayati Raj. It has three tiers. Okay, the first one is called Gram Panchayat, right? And in Gram Panchayat they have Gram Sabha. So I told you Gram Sabha means all the adult population, the whole of the adult population of that particular village comes under Gram Sabha, which meets occasionally, in the sense that once or twice in a year, right? Until and unless they are not called upon to some grave issue or something. So just they, okay. And then I told about, mute yourself, darling. You're hearing in your mobile and the other thing also. Okay, then it is Gram Panchayat. Under this Gram Panchayat, I said it was Gram Sabha. So Gram Panchayat basically is a panchayat of that village. Panchayat which comes through the elections. This people of Gram Sabha vote for them. Then there has to be SC, ST there. There has to be one third of women there, and there has to be a Sarpanch there. So we discussed about Gram Sabha. Yesterday we discussed about Gram Sabha. Then I talked about the then we said we concluded there, we did some questions there, right? And then today I want to take up Panchayat Smiti. I want to take up Panchayat Smiti. Now, when we talked about Gram Panchayat is at the local level in the sense in the village level. All right, Gram Panchayat works in the village level. They are not concerned in any way about the other villages. They are bothered the upliftment and development of their own village. The Panchayat works for their benefit of their own village. The people who stand for the election and the one who vote for the election are from that particular village. So this is concerned, this is at a village level. So Gram Panchayat is at the village level. So then we head towards Panchayat Samiti. This Panchayat Samiti is at block level. So I gave you a roughly idea of all the three, right, in the introduction when I was talking about, because when I told you the all the panchayats of this different gram samiti becomes a part of this Panchayat Samiti. All right, all the panchayat, all the sarpanches of this gram panchayat become the part of this Panchayat Samiti. So that's why it is told as that it is at a block level, right? Block level. Now try to understand this. So what does this block level consist of, right? And what is its purpose? Its purpose is to coordinate the activity of village panchayats in each block. What did I tell you? I told you that villages of belonging to Badi Brahmana and this side, and villages belonging to Udhampur and that side does not have any connection in that purpose, right? As such, they don't have any connection, right? They have their own panchayats, they have their own panchayats, and then that particular area, the particular block, all right, the particular block has its own panchayat smiti. So the villages there belonging to those side there can be 100 in number, they can be 15 in number, they can be more than that, they can be in any number. All the sarpanches join together and they form panchayat smiti, right? All the sarpanches of different villages come together under one roof, under one organization called Panchayat Smiti. Is it clear? It can be about 100 village, it can be little less than that, it can be any number. Okay, so then what happened? There are over 5,900 Panchayat Smitis at the moment in India. Now it can be more also because this book is not the latest one, so it can be more than 6,000. Do you understand now how a Panchayat Samiti is formed? It is a group of sarpanchas from different villages from a particular block. From a particular block. So all the sarpanchas join together and they come under this Panchayat Samiti and they talk about the problem of their villages. They talk about the problem of their villages. Now let's go ahead systematically. Now what is the composition of this Panchayat Samiti? All the pradhans or sarpanches of the village panchayats within the block, they're the part of it. Then MP and MLA and MLC of that area. How does the MLA works? How does the MLC work? They work for the development of that area, right? So how will this MLA or MLC work for the development of its own constituency? It will work with the help of Panchayat Samiti. It will take into hold all the sarpanches of that area, right? It will take hold of the sarpanches of that area and it will work for the development. Now these MLA and MLC or the MPs directly are connected with the government, connected with the government, right? When they are directly connected with the government, so that means that they take the problem of the small villages which has brought forward by these particular sarpanches of a particular village. These are carried forward, by these MLA and MLC. They also participate in the working of the betterment of the villages of that particular block. Do you understand this? So in composition they have this. Then chairperson of Nagar Panchayats, there is a chairman, and then there is elected member of Zilla Parishad from that block. President of marketing cooperative societies are there which work for those villages. Then seats are reserved for SC ST in proportion to the population, and 1/3 for the women, as we had done before. Okay, then we come to what is the term. Of this? The term is 5 years. All right, it elects a chairperson. Now among all the sarpanches, now who vote for them? All the sarpanches of that particular block. It can be about 100 villages, as I told you. It can be about 50 to 70 villages. It can be more than 100 villages. So these sarpanches vote among themselves and choose what? Chairman, right? A chairman, there is a chairman of this village panchayat smiti, right? And he is called as BDO, Block Development Officer. He is called as BDO. And what is the purpose? What is the function these panchayat samitis carry out? So these have been divided into two functions, right? One is the development functions, right? Under this development function, they provide the rural health care by opening primary health centers, dispensaries, small hospitals, makeshift hospitals. Like these kind of things are being done by the provided by the rural healthcare. They do this. Secondly, for providing drinking water, the basic amenities, right? Providing drinking water, roads, regulation of markets, how to buy things and all go about, because the villages, they get vegetables very easily because it is their own. But what about the other necessary things? So this makeshift markets are connectivity to the market, and because they have to sell their agriculture produce, so markets and all, everything is taken care of this. To develop handicraft industries, again I told you, handicraft industries, right? Handlooms and handicraft, particular villages, especially when we talk about Kashmir, we talk about handlooms, and we talk about somewhere else, we talk about something else. So if there is any speciality of that area, so it is encouraged, people are given aid, people are given subsidies to develop all these. So who helps out there? MLA and MLC of that particular area, the BDO of that particular area, they all help out in setting up this small scale industries, right? Handloom industries and other industries there. Okay. Then what do? They they undertake welfare of SC, ST and backward classes of that villages. Those villages which were long from the long back, they were neglected, they were exploited. So they see to it that nobody is neglected or exploited in their area. So they work for SC, ST and backward classes of their own block. Okay. And then they launch rural employment program, that is Manrega and other things, no? You know about Manrega also. So they provide employment to the rural people. If suppose they are not agriculturalists, they are not peasants, so they see to it that how a job or the livelihood earning things can be provided to these people, at least 100 to 150 days per year at least. Or other sources, small scale industries are set up by this government, by these people, so that their youth don't get wavered, don't remain unemployed. So this work is also seen by this panchayat samiti, right? So it is called as development functions. The other one is supervisory function. Now what is the supervisory function? The supervisory function is that whether a particular gram panchayat is working on the constitutional lines or not. Hope they are not dominating the villages and becoming autocratic like a monarch. Hope they are not bestowing atrocities on these people, because as I told you, they even play the role of a judge. They play the role of a finance minister. They do everything for their village. So how hope they are not taking advantage, are not exploiting the people of their own village. So who's keeping a check on them? This BDO, this uh, panchayat samiti is keeping a check on them. This panchayat samiti is keeping a check on them, right? So they supervise the working of gram panchayat. The elections are taking neutral, I mean the election are fair and free and fair elections. Everybody is participating. Hope the I mean, they're not forcibly, they are not being made forced to elect certain people. So how the things are going on. And the other thing what they are supervising is budget. The money allocated or given to these panchayats are being used properly or not, right? So the money given to allocated to these panchayats are being used properly or not. That is the thing. So how many people are getting corrupt? I mean, they using more to for their own selfish ends, to meet their selfish end, or they are really using for the development purpose. So that is the thing this Panchayat Samiti does. Just two functions. One is development functions, which they get the money, they spend it on the villages under them for their upliftment, for their to fulfill their basic needs like drinking water, health care, and roads, and other things. And they supervise the money given to the gram panchayat, that how gram panchayats are working in that particular villages, right? So what are the source of income for these panchayat samiti? These panchayat samiti get grants from the government. They get money from the government. Whatever they write, and they send their uh, things that these are needed, these things have to be done. They show their expenditure, they show their budget. So they are allocated, the funds are allocated to them, the funds are given to them. So from that funds they do this, right? They do their work, whatever the work is done. So development works, right? So the grants given by the state government, and then they income from the taxes levied by this samiti. As I told you, small taxes are independently handled by this panchayat samiti. Then fixed percentage of land revenue, the land tax of their particular village is given to these panchayat samitis to work for the development of that particular village, right? So block works in that manner. Is it clear? The next we go to the Zilla Parishad. Next we had Zilla Parishad, right? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Shall we go to Zilla Parishad? Okay. Next we have that Zilla Parishad. Hmm? And Zilla Parishad. What is the this is at a district level. This is at a district level. So which was the least? It was village. Gram Panchayat is the lowest level, which is in the villages. Then we have Panchayat Samiti, which is at block level. And then we have Zilla Parishad, which works in a district, right? So this is the highest. This is the highest among them. So now, what is the composition? What is the composition? So there is a chairman, okay? So chairperson of Panchayat Samitis of the district. Now try to understand. In Gram Panchayat, we have the adult population plus the Panchayat and the Sarpanch. That is the structure of a Gram Panchayat. Okay, that is the structure of a Gram Panchayat. Then, and that is till the village level. That is till the village level. Then the next level which I taught you is the block level. Now block level means under that block, how many ever villages come, that is can be 150, more than that, all the sarpanchas of that village constitute this panchayat smiti. They vote for one of the person among them, and he is called chairperson, right? He is called chairperson. Now chairpersons of a particular block, chairperson will be one, right? And chairperson under him has about 100 of sarpanches. You can understand that chairperson has 100 of sarpanches, 100 of villages under him. Now this particular chairperson of a particular block, so that means they have different chairpersons from different blocks. There might be so many blocks. There might be so many blocks. So the chairperson of a particular block, right? The BDOs of different blocks, they join together and they they comprise the Jilla Parishad. Do you understand? All the chairpersons of Panchayat Samiti compose a Jilla Parishad. So Jilla Parishad is at district level. And who all? The MPs, MLAs and MLCs of that district, representatives of the cooperative society, SC, ST, backward classes and women, then chairperson of municipality of that district, all become the part of Zilla Parishad. Okay? And then what is basically function of the Zilla Parishad? It has about 5 functions. One is the welfare function. Welfare function means it is construction and maintenance of roads, bridges. Then it is what it is? It is culvert. Culvert is what? I know what is this Hindi word written there. Let's see. Then it is parks, libraries, dispensaries, and educational institutions. All these is made by it. It all is done by the Zilla Parishad. Zilla Parishad sees to it. Okay. And then it develops land, human, and water resources of that area. Land means how the land, agricultural land has to be developed. Human means human resources, how human have to be given, the people who are unemployed, how they have to be given employment. If they are agriculturists, how they can benefit or how they can improve the lot, how can they improve their agriculture produce, right? Or how their produce has to be sold to the market. So it works on all the levels like that. It works on land, to develop land, human and water resources of that area, right? And the third one is to provide relief during drought and distress. This can be flood, it can be drought, it can be famine. So during those times, how to handle the situation there, how the agriculturist should not fail. I mean, the agriculture should not fail, the harvest should not fail, the crop should not fail. So they work there so that they should not be distressed and during this untoward or adverse times, right? Then it promotes the welfare of weaker section. Again, weaker section means SC, ST and backward classes of that particular area is taken care of. Okay. And what is their supervisory function? Again, I told you the supervisory function of Zilla Parishad, because Zilla Parishad is the highest level. So it can supervise even the Panchayat Samiti and the Gram Panchayats, right? Panchayat Samiti gets the money from finances from Zilla Parishad. So Zilla Parishad has to see that how they are distributing the money, for which village or which work are they using this money. And then they even they can check the Gram Panchayats, how this finances or other things are beneficial things are being carried out, development things are being carried out. They keep a check and supervise all these, right? To coordinate development plans prepared by panchayat samitis in the district. So development plans means opening of schools, healthcare centers, construction of roads or wells or irrigation, how these things are being carried out, कितने टाइम में ये खत्म होता है, कितने टाइम में प्रॉपरली टेक ओवर होता है, कैसे किया जाता है, whether it's going on smoothly or is it facing any hurdles, how the work is being done. So when the money was given to them for that particular purpose, Zilla Parishad has a right to supervise its development, its how the work is being carried out. Okay. And then it is to examine and approve budget of Panchayat Samiti. It has a work when Panchayat Samiti sends them the budget to Zilla Parishad that these things have to be done in particular village or this particular village, this development things have to be taken over. So Zilla Parishad studies that budget and then later on approves how much it has to approve. So it is the approval authority, right? It is the approval authority. Then it has an advisory function. It even advises the state government, right? Because these Zilla Parishad, Zilla Parishad has a direct contact with the state government, because they are the one who brings the finances and hands it over to the Panchayat Samiti for the development purpose. So these have a direct contact with the government. It sees to the needs of the people of the Gram Panchayat. So indirectly, they are the one who allocates the finances for them. So these people act like an advisor to the state government, because if they find the development task or development things to be done in particular block or area, they go and inform the state government about it. When they are satisfied about it, then only they will be able to advise or satisfy the state government for that development works to be done in that particular block or particular area. So they act as an advisor to the state government. Okay. Next is financial functions. So they get the grants from the state and central government, right? So they are the one who makes the budget, or who brings about the things to be done. So they get the grants from the state and central government, because these are the one who divides it into different panchayat smitis, that which area or which block needs more money and which needs less of money, who's in urgent need of money, or whose finances can be still wait. So all these things is done by this Zilla Parishad. And last but not the least, as we said, that developmental functions of that particular areas, all the areas coming under that district is seen by Zilla Parishad. So that schemes like irrigation, electrification, then poverty alleviation and public distribution, etc., everything is seen by the Zilla Parishad. Okay, it is the strongest body among the three. It is the highest body, it is the strongest body, and it is the head which looks into the matters of Panchayat Samiti as well as Gram Panchayat, right? It is the highest body there. So what are the sources of income of this Zilla Parishad? It has a share in the land revenue. Okay, then it has a taxes and cess, the sales tax and other taxes also comes to the Zilla Parishad of that particular district. Then it has a license fees, it has a share in that license fee. Then it gets a grant from the state government as well as at times central government too. Then funds given by the center. Then income from the property of Zilla Parishad. Under that Zilla, under that district, the property, the sale and purchase of that property, the taxes from that goes to the Zilla Parishad as well. Okay, so it is clear. All the three is clear. So there, is it clear, bacha? Everything is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what all you did not understand, you want to make me clear, anything else, so you can let me know. You can let me know if any problem or any issue you have it. I can repeat it. I can repeat 101 times, more than 100 times for you if you are not able to understand. Is it clear? Everything is clear
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you? Okay, good, good. So till
Ma'am,
now,
what is the meaning of culvert?
culvert, that which you saw from the dictionary. Did you see that? That's why I said some Hindi word is written there. That was one is, I
Ma'am,
don't know.
drainage system under roads.
That is
Drainage system under the roads.
okay. Drainage system under the roads, because it is written some P by, I don't know. That in Hindi also they have made this word like that. That's why I said keep your dictionary on the thing. So maybe it is drainage system, so that the water should not be blocked, right? Water should not be blocked. So proper drainage system for that particular area is seen by these people, right? So come on, any doubts and all? Any more doubts? Any more doubts? If you have it, you let me know.
What is license
So,
fees?
so yes, darling.
Ma'am,
I can't.
license fees.
License fees, beta. When you go to, you take a license of some vehicle, some opening of some business. So when you pay a certain amount to the government, right? You make license, when you, that is license fees. You don't get license in free. You have a car license, no? You have a vehicle license. I mean, driving license. You have it. You have a property license. You get a license to start a new business. So these are licenses. So when you take a license from the government, that is consent from the government, permission from the government, you pay a limited amount to them, a registration amount to them. So that registration amount is considered, is given, that it directly goes for the to Zilla Parishad for the development purpose of that particular area. That particular area. These are different type of taxes. That's why when we talk about the taxes and all, when we say talk about this license fee and all that, that's why we say when the people of a particular area, when they protest, or when they have rallies, or when they have bandh, at times what people do, they burn off the vehicles there, they burn off the government buildings, at times they destroy the government property, public property. But they don't realize it, when they harm or destroy certain public properties, what happened then next time, when the income of the government becomes low, more, I mean, it is lower than the expenditure. So what does the government do? Government raise this license fees and other income tax, other taxes and all. It will raise the taxes so that government gets the income. So who are harmed here? We are at a lower side. If we don't stop the people from destroying the public property in any manner, what happens? We only, our parents, we only have to give more taxes to the government, because taxes are the government's income. How will it do the development things? How will it do the development works? It will do development works just by taking these kind of taxes, by levying taxes, license fees, all that. So when we destroy the public property, we have to pay more. It is not that government will pay for it, we only pay more. So that's my conscientize those people. At times the young boys or young men who destroy things, when there is a band or there is something, indirectly they only pay for it later on. Okay, just not they, we all pay for it. We all pay for it. Okay, so now I shall ask a small question. Let's see. Tomorrow shall I ask? It is already okay. Still we have time. Still we have time. Okay, now I want to see. We have good number of participants. Good. Somebody ran away. They were about 17 to 18 girls. They switched off and went off back. Okay, Ayman, I want to know what is the supervisory function of Panchayat Samiti? Ayman? So you're reading it from there? Can't answer, Ayman? Good. She's also sleeping there. And then later on they'll say 2G problem and this problem. So what, when you cannot hear me, naturally आपने lesson कहाँ से सुना होगा फिर बेटा? It is understood, no? It is understood. So Pratna, yesterday I asked you the certain question. Were you able to answer? Pratna, are you there? Pratna is, yes, you're there. You're not answering me. Pratna, why aren't you answering me?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm asking you this question. What is the supervisory function of Panchayat Samiti? I can't give you that much of time. That means you don't know where is it. You did not open.
Ma'am, they distribute the powers to collect taxes or something.
Something का क्या मतलब होता है बेटा? मैंने आपको, आपके पास किताब खुली है, आपके पास किताब है, and I'm teaching also, still you did not get it. So what were you hearing? I just asked you a simple question and you're not able to answer me. You're not able to answer me, Pratna. That means you're not able to understand what was being done in the class. So you were not conscious what was done in the class. You were not conscious, beta. Okay, you get 0. Ironman also get 0 there. So yes, Sanya, I want you to know what is the want to tell me that sources. What are the sources of income of Panchayat Samiti? Sanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Sources of income, grants given by state government, income from taxes live by Samiti. They give fixed percentage of land revenue to the Panchayat Samitis. And,
So okay, you read it out from the book. Now explain this point to me. What is this fixed percentage of land revenue is given to Panchayat Samitis? What is that? What is that? Explain this one sentence to me.
fixed percentage.
Yeah, third point. Explain this third point to me.
That means the fixed percentage they give to the Zila Parishad, give to the panchayats, their sarpanches, that they have to look there for their how much percent of money should be given where there is more work, make budgets or bring about things to be done. They divide in different samitis.
Okay, that's all for today. Any doubts? Anything? Any doubts? Anything anybody wants to ask, or shall we end up? There are 2-3 girls who already left.